Welcome back to another video, guys, and today we're going to be talking about community requested changes that NG added, and to be more specific, 15 community requested changes that NG has added. Now this is not just this month or last month, this is since the game came out. So the first one is seasons. So this goes back a year ago, back in November 2019 or beginning of December 2018, when NG introduced the season concepts that we kind of have now. And this helped out a lot of players because players were really tired and they wanted to move away from being reset, I believe, every week to back to tier 1 from tier 15, because I believe 14 or 15 was the max one back then. And players were tired of getting reset all the time, and they wanted something new. They wanted to keep on playing without having to worry about being reset. So NG did remove this whole reset concept and added the season concept with playing different rounds every week. So that's something that players wanted to have. The seasons was something that NG added, but a lot of the concept of the seasons was based on what players wanted to see. So yeah. Now moving next one, we have season leaderboards. So the season leaderboards are something that players wanted because we did not have them in the first 2 months of seasons. So players wanted to see where the groups are ranking in the world, and this is something that NG actually introduced in end of January this year. Next up, we have token parties. Yes, essentially, they did test out a token event. Sorry, not token party, token event. That's wrong there. But they did test out one of those token events with the Frostbite event last Christmas, and this was everyone liked it actually. People liked it because the Reclaimer shotgun is an amazing weapon as well, and people like the concept of just going around missions and collecting tokens. It was something new, so NG actually reintroduced this back in March, and now we've been seeing this pretty much every once or twice a month. Really, we have a token event, and basically this is a nice way to unlock new cards because it's not just like buying them in shop. You can actually unlock them through gameplay, and it's something that is quite helpful actually, especially for new players as well. Next up, we have group invite. Yes, something people wanted because there was no way for them to invite, or easier way to invite people outside of the game. So NG, I believe January or February of 2019, they came out with the group invite feature, and this was a massive hit because it's still one of the most popular used things in the game. You can see group invite links everywhere on social media, and it's mad, it's crazy. But it's something that players wanted, and NG delivered, so you can't complain about that. Next up, we have the flare range indicator. Yes, another very useful feature that was requested by the community, and NG delivered, I believe, in March or April this year. And basically, when you launch the flare, you couldn't see which missions are going to be covered by this flare, and this was super annoying because some people wasted flares thinking that they're going to cover this mission, but they didn't. So now with the flare range indicator, you can see every single mission. You can see the stash range, you can see the bait range as well, and you can make sure that you actually cover those specific missions you want for the boards, or for the token event, or for the hero of the week event, or whatever. So yeah, flare range indicator was another community requested change or feature. Next up, removing screen clutter. Yes, something this has been an ongoing initiative by NG. It's something that players wanted for a while, probably ever since the game came out. They had a lot of stuff happening on main screen. They had like a bunch of bundles which were always there with the pictures covering the screen, and they did remove those, which is really nice. But they did remove the terminus map from the map screen. They put it in the backpack, So now there is more screen space. When you go to a flare, if you click on the location, you can hide that, so you have more space in the flare as well. So it's been an ongoing initiative with that, and I'm glad that NGR keeping on doing it. Moving on, new cards. Now some of you might not like this change, but it has been requested by people, and a lot of people like having new cards, because especially people that watch the show. So there were a lot of requested cards like Gabriel, Ezekiel, Shiva, the Governor, Siddiq, what's his name, Herschel. There has been a lot of requested cards, and NG delivers, you know, because they're gonna keep adding new cards. And that's something normal for the game, because it's based on a TV show and we need to have the characters from the TV show. New talents and mods, yes, something people wanted to see, something more helpful to the game, and NG did deliver and keeps on delivering. We have a talent and mod like Overpower, which is amazing for specific walkers. We have something like Crippling Shot, which is amazing to slow down walkers. We have what was the other one, Cleave, which is amazing to do damage on multiple walkers at the same time. Which is another one is Contributor, which is probably the most used talent in the game. It's something that players are enjoying, and players wanted to see some sort of addition like that to help them with the boards. So NG does deliver. Right, next up, make current cards better. So NG has been improving the current cards in different ways. We had back in May, they did increase the power of the epic cards. They've been giving certain mods and and talents to specific weapons and heroes. So for instance, they made the bulldozer shotgun, which was completely useless in my opinion, actually really one of the best shotguns in the game, I believe, because they added the 4 extra capacity, and that was really amazing. When you have 10 rounds without reloading, you can easily clear like an encounter or rescue straight away. And this is really sick. They added Crippling Shot to the legendary Glen, and this is amazing because he, to me, was a bit useless, but with the Crippling Shot he just became amazing. They gave another contributor to legendary Herschel, making him even better to use in missions for the boards. Moving on, we have they added content for disabled people, and basically for winter, because stuff like Daryl's bike, which obviously you have to pay, but it's useful if you cannot go out of the house or you are in a flare and you can cover a lot more range. Daryl bike is useful for couch players, and it's really helpful, especially for winter when you can't really go out. Also, they added things like the terminus map, which allows you to reset all of these missions that you get the range of with the Daryl's bike. You can reset them with a map and play them again for the boards, and this is really nice couch play content that people wanted, because not everybody can walk around freely or drive around, especially in winter. So this is something that NG delivered as well. Also, you have the ads, the commercials that you can watch and get really nice items as well, and this doesn't require you to leave the house as well, so that's another bonus there. So yeah, right, moving on, we have Last Active. Yes, something that people requested ever since the game came out, and NG delivered. Last Active is in the game since I believe July, and it has been a great improvement to check out who's actually active in the group, to know exactly when you can deploy a flare, because you know that there's going to be a lot of people on at the same time. Yes, and finally NG delivered that, so it's here now. So it's something that players wanted as well. Moving on, join and leave chat notifications, something that players wanted to see. People wanted to see all the time who comes and who leaves the group, because there were a lot of people coming in and out, even especially for those open groups that are having difficulty recruiting players in their group. They just constantly had people coming in and out. So it's nice to know exactly who was there, or if the leader was sleeping and then an officer accepted the player, when the leader wakes up, he's going to be able to see from the chat that which player was actually there. And you can also check out his profile straight away. Even if he leaves the group, you can check out where he went. It's quite nice. It's quite a nice feature there. Right, moving on, we have the change in mission difficulty. Yes, another requested thing that NG delivered. And this is something that basically, if you have like a super high level mission that you don't play, after a certain amount of time, that mission level is gonna disappear. So you're gonna see missions that are actually missions you can actually complete and you tend to play. So this is something really nice and something that people wanted to see as well, and NG delivered. Next up, more ways to get legendary cards. Yeah, something that players wanted to see, because before you can only get guaranteed legendaries from group boards, and you can have them drop in a very low chance from safe houses and other missions, but that was super low, maybe once in 3 months. But NG delivered, and now we have legendary missions in the form of legendary encounters. You know, something that gives you a guaranteed legendary when you play. We have the legendary wild card, which is an amazing way to get the legendaries you actually want. And something that people wanted to see, maybe not exactly this, but something more ways to get legendary, and this is another really amazing way for people to get the cards they really want, or they really want to upgrade. And finally, the final, I think, oh, not the final, there's a lot more, but the final, in my opinion, and the most important change out of those community requested changes is communication. If you remember back in the days, the first 6 months since the game came out, the communication from NG was lacking towards the players. We only got those major update posts on Reddit, or sometimes you're gonna have like people like Sam coming in and replying to 1 or 2 comments. But ever since he made his personal account back in January or February 2019, things got better. You know, he started explaining how to calculate player power level, how our mission difficulty calculated, you know, starting to give more insight from the dev team, and this helped out players a lot. He even stepped this kind of boundary and went out of the comfort zone from Reddit to Discord to help people out. And then he went to study, and we had Felipe who came in, and he straight away he started being more active on Discord as well as Reddit, and helping people out, commenting all the time, fixing players' problems, and overall it's been a general improvement in communicating as well. So things that are gonna come in advance, or like future season, you're gonna have like maybe an announcement maybe like a week before or a few days before, to just plan and give you a heads up of what's coming, how long the season is, what essentially is gonna have. And it's something really nice, especially with like the events calendar. We did not have this sort of information before. We had to speculate weekend per weekend, week by week, but now we can see for the whole month what we're gonna get, so we can plan. It gives you time to plan nicely, and this is really nice from NG's side as well. And that's pretty much wraps up the 15 changes, community requested changes NG delivered inside the game. What do you guys think? There are other changes that NG delivered? Do you think, what else do you want to see NG to deliver? There is a lot of interesting ones coming up as well. So yeah, there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, I'll see you all in my next video.